All right, everyone. Happy spring equinox. Yes, indeed. The equinox is today. Spring has officially begun. Of course, for those of us here in Vermont, that means most of the snow has melted. Not all of the snow, just most of it. That's basically what we deal with. For those of you south of the Mason-Dixon line, you're already planting your gardens right now and probably have your seedlings going. We unfortunately up here have to wait a little bit longer. But I am very excited to announce, yes, I'm returning to the garden this year. In fact, I'll probably have two or three of them. It kind of depends on the situation. There's going to be a lot of garden action going on. I'm going to compact the garden. Two of the beds have to be connected. One more bed has to be plowed in. That'll be an unbordered bed. That's going to be like for corn or potatoes or something. I haven't quite plotted it out yet. And the fence has to be moved like 3 feet in order to expand the side garden, the long one, making more room and then having more room at the edge of the garden because I want to be able to mow it more easily. I'm not going to be able to put in all of the mulch this year, although I am going to have additional mulch because I'm going to take all the dead plant remains out and mulch them up with the lawnmower. Really, I've done this before, and just pile them in between the beds. So it'll be about half mulched, and then at the end of the year, I'll probably be able to do it again. When the fall comes, I'll rake up all the leaves, actually, and I'll use them as fill, essentially. Earthworms love it, by the way. The one year that I really did that, they were happy as fuck. They had a great time. So yes, on the equinox, you could begin to start thinking about gardening. There's another thing I wanted to announce with regards to the garden. I am going to compact the number of species that I actually grow. It's going to be heavily companion planted. There will be charcoal added to each bed. Not a very large amount of it, but enough to make a difference. And if that's added early enough, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to carefully remove the chamomile from the bed that it's in, which is mostly around the garlic, which is coming back, and I can't wait to show you that. Oh, trust me, vampires don't want to get anywhere near this house. I'm going to scatter that around the garden and reduce the number of species that I'm planting in order for other species that I know grow well here to grow larger. For example, zucchini, which is something that everyone can fucking grow except for me, tends to rot on the property. I like zucchini, especially if you put it in a pasta sauce or something like that. You slice it up, you add marinara sauce, and you can bake it into a zucchini casserole, basically. It's almost a little bit like eggplant parmesan. It's delicious. I love it, but I can't grow it worth a damn. And it reminded me of my grandfather. He could grow all sorts of things. He grew a rutabaga once. I've got a picture of it, and Mom was holding it up, and it was as big as a human head, and he could grow that constantly. Should have gone into rutabaga farming, I guess. It's probably a cash crop. But then he couldn't get peppers to grow. For some reason, I can get peppers to grow really well, but I can't grow a goddamn zucchini. So I'm going to focus on the things that I know that I can grow competently. And I have a feeling it has to do with soil pathogens, the kind of pests that are around. Of course, we've got some mole and vole activity. And I really want to connect the fence to the back door so that the cats can go out there anytime they want and destroy the entire mole and vole population. Feeling that they won't last very long with Micah around, for example. That would probably be a good thing. It'd be funny too. We're going to find a lot more dead animals in the garage left there by the cats as a present, but it'll help the garden, so it's a good thing. So I'm going to be growing a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be returning to making garden videos, and a good time will be had by all. Thankfully, I have all sorts of cool shit to grow. I have effectively silphium, or pseudo-silphium. I have caraway. I can't wait to grow that because, oh God, caraway is great. So there's going to be a lot more herbs. And I was thinking about reformatting the garden as well. So the back bed gets created. So there's three roughly square or slightly rectangular back beds, and you can rotate those crops. You need to use crop rotation. The two smaller brick beds get conjoined together, giving me extra bricks, by the way. The bed that I hugelkultured will have rotted down some, so that stuff will come back even better and brighter probably this year around what used to be the peach tree. I've got two peach tree saplings out there. I'm going to extensively guard them. I am absolutely not seeding my peaches. Those will become a fixture of the garden. I will be putting wire up around them to make absolutely sure that nothing fucks with them. And if anything does fuck with them, I will hunt it down with the pellet gun or something like that. I'll just take a bayonet and stab it in the head, you know? And then I'll eat it probably. So that's going to be the main fixture of the garden. There's going to be a little bit more shade in the future. It's going to be like a mini orchard. And once those take off and they produce their peaches, which they will eventually, I'm going to carefully cultivate them. And I had the idea that if the wood lot was partially cleared out, you could put a line along there and you'd have like peach tree, pear tree, berry patch, and then you would repeat that and you could probably fit in five different groupings of them pretty easily. So that'd be nice. And so I'm kind of planning for more fruit. I'm definitely planning for different vegetables, but I'm going to compact the number of species. Because like last year, I planted a bunch of bok choy, and I like bok choy. I love making stir fries, but nobody else eats it. So why do I need 3 rows of bok choy? It just goes to waste, and it was really sad. Collard greens, for example, which grow well here. I really like collards, but not many people here eat them. My mom will not eat them. My dad will not eat them. My niece will not eat them. My sister will not eat them. I'm the only one that likes collard greens, apparently. So I'm like, well, I don't exactly need 50 collard plants. It's kind of unnecessary. Again, you turn into mulch after it's been dried out by the winter, but other than that, I probably only need about 1/3 of that total to get all the collard greens that I need. So I'm trying to be more efficient as well. Tomatoes. You grow 7 tomato plants. Each one costs, I mean, if you're getting the seedling pre-done, it costs about $5. And if you're doing it yourself, it costs the cost of a seed and the fill, so it's about $2 or something. Uh, it's a lot of tomatoes. I think that sometimes people overplant in their gardens rather than underplanting. And there's going to be a second garden as well. So that's probably where I don't know, the beets and eggplants and some collards and shit like that are going to go, along with more herbs. So it's going to be a fun time had by all. I'm going to have a shit ton of produce to show you, and it's going to be great. Yeah. Just wanted to give you an equinoctial update. Yes, there will be gardening videos. Some of you have been asking, well, where are the garden vids? Well, it's been winter. What am I supposed to garden? I can garden icicles. I actually thought about a joke when it was, frozen over. I thought, what if I take a bunch of icicles, pop them out into the garden beds and say, oh, look, my ice crop has done really well this year. That would be pretty funny. That's about all. Peace out.